What is up, everybody? It's your boy Cameron Bash here, and welcome back to the Movement Channel, where today we're coming at you guys with a brand new WWE 2K22 focused video, where we'll be taking a look at 5 important things that core show / universe mode creators want to see in WWE 2K22 when it releases next March. Now, if you're a fan of WWE Games and you watch YouTube content, odds are you will have come across some of this content before. Whether it's something like the movement's very own FAM, which focuses on more original cores, or something more along the lines of Gordon Perkins Universe Mode, which follows real-life superstars, both of these types of content push the base game to its limit to bring the viewers a unique viewing experience compared to what they already get in the game. Over the years, the WWE Games franchise has given us many different modes and tools to help make this content easier and more fun to produce. But in that same vein, there have also been many years that the franchise has taken things away from us, such as the case when we moved from WWE 2K14 to WWE 2K15, which saw many create modes watered down and in some cases even removed completely. However, when it comes to WWE 2K22, it is more important than ever that the franchise delivers on tools that help creators make good content, especially considering the amount of wrestling games on the horizon. If another wrestling game is offering an easier way to make content and audiences enjoy watching that content, then it could seriously affect the way that people play and interact with WWE 2K22 as a whole. At the top of our list, we're starting off big and letting 2K know that we need to see the return of Create a Story. This mode puts an insane amount of creative power in the creator's hands, as with all the cutscenes that it provides, it allows us to bring storylines to life that otherwise would not be possible. Not only is it great for internet shows to add a cool cutscene into the shows, but the mode itself opens up a whole new avenue of replayability and viral content. Create a Story allows players to open up the game and have something new to play every single day, and on top of that, it gives creators more to play and do as well, allowing the game to grow and become more popular over time. With how much the community has grown since Create a Story was last in the game, both in terms of size and creativity, I honestly feel like the creators of this game could be onto something huge with another well done Create a Story mode. Make it happen, 2K. It's a great decision for both players and content creators alike. The second thing on our list is very important and near and dear to all of our hearts here in the movement, and that is Highlight Reel. This is the tool that allows content creators to take the plain Jane gameplay that you're used to seeing every time you see the game and add a cinematic twist to it to make it a truly different kind of experience. Despite this tool being such a great one, it has received various degrees of love from 2K over the years. In WWE 2K14, when 2K first took over the franchise from THQ, Highlight Reel was in a really great place. It was smooth, it worked great, and it could give you around 30 to 45 seconds of in-game footage at a time. Then, we moved over to WWE 2K15, and they took it out. Gonzo. Done. Our once great tool that allowed so many of us to make great cinematic content was no more, and it stayed gone all the way up to WWE 2K17, where, when it came back, it was about half as good as what we were used to back when it was on 2K14. This time around, you could record around 20 seconds of footage in the match, and it was a little bit more clunky to use than it was before. 2K18 didn't see many improvements, and if anything, it just got a bit more clunky. And then in 2K19, it actually got pretty good. If you were lucky, you could record almost up to 25 seconds of gameplay, and it was running very smoothly. And then WWE 2K20 came along, and yeah, most of you know what happened there. On top of that game being an unpolished nightmare that left many modes with issues, Highlight Reel was one of them, where, on top of only being able to record around a mere 7 seconds of footage, that footage was also in slow motion, so it was a nightmare to have to edit in post-production. Needless to say, as you can tell, the Highlight Reel feature has been on a roller coaster ride ever since strapping his seatbelt into 2K's car, but WWE 2K22 needs to be a pivotal point where they nail it and get it right. So many games are blowing us away with the Highlight Reel / theater mode capabilities we get in their games. I still can't get my head around the fact that I can play a game of Fortnite, then go into camera mode and watch that entire game back, while also customizing the camera angle to be whatever I want. But in WWE Games, we can just about get 30 seconds of footage on a good game. What is that about? So, 2K, we would really appreciate a highlight reel mode that is simple to use, works smoothly, while at the same time comes packed with features so that we can make the most cinematic content possible, because at the end of the day, it all serves as an ad for the game, so the better we can make our content look using the tools that you give us, the better the game is going to look to the people who have never played it before, and they might want to go out and buy the game for themselves. Now that you've heard me rant and rave about the good and bad times of highlight reel like an old man, let's move on to the third point of this video, an expanded create an arena. Whether it's a core show, a universe mode, or just someone playing on their own console, at the heart of all of these things, predominantly, is an arena. All of the matches take place inside of one, many more cutscenes take place inside of them as well, and for something that is front and center in everyone's play session, surely we should have as many options as physically possible to make that arena as unique and as fun as we want to make it, so that the experience is as equally as fun and unique as it can possibly be. Year after year, we see the same arena parts return to create an arena with little to no expansion each time. WWE 2K22 needs to break that cycle and not only add a bunch of new parts to the things that we can already customize, but it needs to go outside of the box and allow us to go more in depth with things that we can change, such as custom videos on the Trons, custom clothes on the audience, and custom commentators. There were so many great things added to WWE 2K20 with the 2K Originals DLC, and that type of content would also be a great addition to create an arena as well. Right now, you look at a lot of the created arenas in this game and think to yourself, cool, but I've seen one like that before. With more expansion into this mode, and with more freedom given to the player, you could turn that expression into, cool, I've never seen an arena like that before, a lot more of the time. Now the fourth thing on our list is something the community has been asking about for a long time, and that is the integration of Spotify. Now admittedly, if you're someone who runs a core show, this is something that's not too big of a deal. Most of the time you have music turned off in the game anyway, and that's because you edit music in post-production. But for someone who runs a universe mode series, or for someone who just plays the game normally, being able to have Spotify integrated into the game so that you can use your own custom music for superstars' entrances is not only a super convenient feature to have, but a really cool one at that as well. The debate goes back and forth on whether this is something that can be done, both from a business and a legal copyright sense, but either way, this is without a doubt something that people want to see in the game, so whatever strings need to be pulled to make it happen, I think 2K may find some benefit in pulling on them. So, we've covered many important things already in this video, ranging from how we record the content to the places that our content is set in, but on top of all of those things, there is one more thing that people aren't talking about too much that I think is not only important for the sake of content creation, but also something that is important for sustaining the long-term life of WWE 2K22. The fifth and final thing we want to desperately see in this game is constant and consistent content updates covering all aspects of the game. As it stands, if we're lucky, we'll usually get 4 set DLC packs at most for a WWE game. These packs range in what they include. Sometimes it's new superstars, meaning you'll get a couple of animations as well related to those superstars, and other times, the pack may be centered around something more specific in the game, like a moveset pack or a championship title pack. But at the end of the day, this is still not very satisfying to the wider community. Not only is the content released in drips and drabs, 4 random times over the space of a 3 to 6 month period, but the content itself doesn't scratch the itch of all players. Let's take a superstar pack for example, that comes with 5 new superstars. That pack will come with those 5 people, a handful of moves for those 5 people, and some new entrance/victory animations for them as well. Realistically, the only people this satisfies are people who like the people included in the pack, or someone who took a fancy to a particular animation included in the pack, and so they use that for one of their other creations. This is a very limited experience. Instead, content packs should be full of things for everyone. New moves, new superstars, new entrances, new arena pieces, new arenas, new championships, new core parts. You get the idea. And instead of these things being released 4 times a year, let's get some stuff released every week. Games are staying relevant these days by staying active for players, by pushing out new content as often as they possibly can. Whether that be a big content update or a small little thing every few days, players need to be stimulated. This content will not only stimulate players, but it's going to stimulate creators as well, giving them more reasons to create content with the game, continuing to increase buzz around it and helping it grow. Above all else, if 2K were only able to deliver on one of these 5 things that were mentioned here for WWE 2K22 today, as much as I would personally love to see something like a full, complete overhaul for Highlight Reel, I think that this right here, this 5th and final point, would be the best thing to do. Because frequent content updates would ultimately be the best thing to keep the community healthy and thriving for an entire year until the next game releases. But anyway guys, that is gonna do it for today's video. But before you go, we want to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. What is something that you want to see in WWE 2K22 for the sake of core show / universe modes? Is there a particular show you enjoy that you think would benefit from one of the things we've mentioned in the video here today? Let's hear about it all in the comment section down below, and while you're down there, don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe for more WWE 2K22 content. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you soon for another video.